And welcome everyone to Recom247.com, and as you have probably guessed, this is the Recom247.com weekly recruiting update. I'm Zach Long, this is Daniel Pauling, and before the show, Daniel promised all of us a massive show because it is a big weekend for Texas Tech.
This is a huge weekend for Texas Tech. They've got 7 football players coming in this weekend for official or unofficial visits. The average of all those players, 4 stars.
God, they need some good news, Daniel, and it's such a big show, we've had to break this down into categories. Let's start first with some big names at the wide receiver position.
Obviously, one of the guys that everyone knows is Tyron Johnson. He's a 5-star wide receiver out of New Orleans, 6'1", 191, the number 3 wide receiver in the country. Let me run some stats by you this season. 38 catches for 770 yards and 8 touchdowns.
How many games is that?
That's only 5 games.
Oh my God, that is a big boy right there.
He's leading the New Orleans area in touchdown catches and receiving yards. It's not like he's in some small town somewhere else.
Right.
It's New Orleans, a pretty big hotbed for recruiting. Tech's also going to be bringing in 4-star wide receiver Carlos Strickland out of Dallas. He's 6'5", 194, so I'm sure that will present, if he comes to Tech, that will present a lot of matchup problems for opposing teams. He had 33 catches for 719 yards and 10 touchdowns last season as a junior. That was a big breakout year for him. And the 3rd wide receiver coming in this week, A.D. Miller, an Illinois commit, 6'3", 175 pounds, out of Dallas. Tech will be trying to flip him. So it'll be a good weekend for wide receivers.
God, you don't want to go to Illinois. Come on, that should be an easy flip right there. But hey, it's nice to see those big wide receivers on campus and not the only offensive prospects we need to know about.
Absolutely. Jarrett Stidham, 5-star quarterback. Everyone knows about him. He's going to be coming in this weekend to partially to recruit those guys. You know, if you're going to be coming as a quarterback here, you want some good wide receivers.
Absolutely.
May as well come in. And Tech will also have an unofficial visit from Jack Anderson, the number 1 center in the class of 2017. He's the number 105 player overall. He told me that Tech will always be in his top 2 or 3. He has, you know, his older sister is going to be coming to school here, so you know, definitely a big thing for him.
Absolutely. You know, they're going to lose Jared Castor eventually, so be a good time for him to step on the campus at that point. Over on the defensive side of the ball, the big safety coming in.
Yeah, Christian Taylor, he's going to be coming out of Houston. He's a 3-star safety. He's got a top 4 that includes Tech. He's got Tech, Louisville, UCF, and Boise State, and those that he's kind of choosing between. He's got a couple of official visits going. So he's going to be kind of the big guy for Tech to say, hey, look, we need some help on the defensive side of the ball. You know, this might be a guy who can help him. And Braden Fehoko.
Yeah, you better know who that is.
He's going to be coming in to make his official visit starting Friday. I talked to his older brother, VJ Fehoko. I said, look, you know, I'm glad Braden is recruiting guys. This is, you know, showing good leadership. Right. He's bringing in players he wants to play with. And, you know, I can't blame Braden if he's talking to every player this weekend and trying to get him to come here.
And you won't miss him because he is a massive individual. And the Fehoko brothers were big already. This kid is really, really big, so keep an eye out for him. Now, over on the negative side of things, Tech did suffer a loss this week.
On Tuesday, Jalen Bates, on his 18th birthday, he committed to Arizona State. He had, you know, been looking at Texas Tech pretty closely. I think Mississippi State dropped out at the end there, and Louisiana Lafayette kind of dropped. He chose Arizona State also over Louisiana Lafayette. I think they're going to try and replace him with Reggie Walker. He's a 3-star defensive end out of Louisiana, 6'3", 230 pounds. Bates was about 6'5", maybe 240, so a little bit smaller of a guy. Walker's got top 3 of Tech, Arkansas, and Kansas State. He's been in close contact with Kevin Curtis, so we'll see if Tech can bring him down.
Not a bad top 3. Might be a blessing in disguise by the time it's done if they get that kid. How about Tubby Smith and the men's basketball program? They're getting ready to get fired up here. What are they doing right now in the old recruiting world?
Right now, Jordan Jackson, Cheryl Swoops' son, is going to be coming in Friday to make an official visit. He's probably one of their bigger guard targets. I think Tech's probably going to only add 1 guard who might be able to play a little bit of point guard and shooting guard, and then add 1 combo 3-4 guy. So Jordan Jackson's probably going to be that big guy they're looking at guard. 6'3", 175 pounds. He's looking closely at Bowling Green, Houston, Tulsa, Stephen F. Austin, and Texas Tech. So he's got quite a good selection of offers to choose from. So we'll see if Texas Tech is the one he eventually comes down with.
Maybe he'll just be super impressed by the West Virginia football atmosphere, and Coach Smith can get him locked up. Guys, if you're not following Daniel Pauling, he just proved to you why you should do it. That is a ton of information. get your butt over to Recom247.com. Buy a happy subscription if you want to see all of Daniel's fantastic coverage. Follow him on Twitter, and of course, you can look at us over at RedRaiders.com and even the newspaper, right? They can read stuff from you in there, right?
Absolutely. Love it. Avalanche-Journal.
Daniel is a multimedia specialist, folks. But for now, we're going to specialize ourselves off the air. This has been the Recom247.com weekly recruiting update. I'm Zach Long. That's Daniel Pauling. We'll see you next time.